Well, that was the end of the brim of the hat. So it's now time to change colors because we're going to start into the hat part now, okay? So it's going to be the same as before, where we take that little yarn and we make that cross. So we make a loop, hold it in this hand, put our forefinger and thumb in there, tip backwards, pinch our fingers together, slip off the loop. So it's like that on our finger. And now you'll see on ours, there's our working yarn right in the back of this peg right here. So we're going to take these two little loops and we're going to stick it on the peg to the left. See that? And we're going to pull it tight. And this is how we're going to change yarn. We're going to take the little tail piece and we're going to take our yellow yarn and we are just going to tie that knot again like we did last time. So we're going to take it through, tie it, not too terribly tight on that first time, but when we get to the second time, we're going to pull it pretty tight. And then the third time, we're going to pull it pretty tight again. Now we're going to take our scissors and this little short piece of black, we're going to trim it, not right up to the knot, but pretty close to the knot. And then we're going to take that yellow, because we're not working with yellow anymore, and we're going to cut that off pretty close to the knot, but not right at the knot. Leave a tiny bit. Then we're going to get our yellow yarn out of the way, and now look, we're ready for our black yarn. But first things first, we got to do is we got to take the black yarn off of this peg. So just go ahead and slip it off, both pieces. Don't worry, it's attached because we tied that knot. And because we have the knot there, this was the last one that our yellow one did, because that's where the knot is. We're going to be ready to go with number 1. So what we're going to do is give it a hug again and knit over. Give it a hug again and knit over. Here we're going from the back around to the front and knit over. And now you'll see on our pegs will be black, not yellow. You're going to continue going on around your loom. Eventually they'll all be black on here. And this will be your first row, and you're going to do 9 rows. So get your little check marks out again. This would be row 1, one of your first 9 in black. And remember, when you get back to this peg, that's the end, make a check mark, and then that's the starting of your second row. So I'll see you back when you complete your 9 rows. It's time to change colors again so we can make our stripe. So I'm going to take my yellow again, and I'm going to make that little loop like we did before. Hold it in this, hold it in this hand, thumb and finger through, touch, slip off, and hold on my finger. Now there's my last one because that's where my yarn is. So I'm going to take my yellow and I'm going to put it 1 peg to the left of where my black working yarn is. And I'm going to take its tail, the yellow tail, and I'm going to tie it again to the working yarn. Remember, 3 times. 1, 2, pull it tight. 3, pull it even tighter. And then I'm going to snip the yellow tail close to the knot, but not too close to the knot. And I'm going to snip off the black working yarn. I'm going to pop off this yellow. And then it's behind the last peg where it should be. And we're going to start wrapping again, but this time we're going to change it back to yellow. So wrap it around, over the top, and we are going to make 4 rows of yellow. So around 4 times on the yellow, and then we'll come back here, and you guessed it, we're going to change back to black, just like we did. Now that we've finished our 4 rows of yellow, we're going back to black. So we're making that slip knot again, touching and sliding it off. Our yarn is behind this peg, so that's the last one we did. So we're going to take our slip knot, put it 1 peg to the left. We're going to tie a knot again with the 2 tails. Those are the short pieces. Tie a knot once. Tie a knot the second time, make that one tight. And the third time, make it tight. We're gonna snip our ends off. We're gonna flip our black off of there. We're gonna give it a tug. There's where our yarn is because that's where we ended. Now we're gonna start to the right again, wrapping it around, flipping it over, and we are going to make 7 rows of black. So I'll see you back when we're done with our 7 rows of black. Well, that was the end of our knitting. So now what I want you to do is I'm gonna take your yarn to the front and I want you to wrap it around your whole loom 2 times, just to measure out some yarn. So there's 1 time, and there is 2 times. And then you can go ahead and cut your yarn. Next thing we need to do is thread our needle. Here's a little trick. Get a piece of paper just like this. Take your yarn and put it inside the paper so it's not sticking out. Fold the paper so it's like this. So the yarn's inside and your paper's folded. Get your needle, push the paper through, boop, and it's threaded. To take our yarn off of the loom, you're going to take your needle, and there's where our yarn is ended on, well, it's in the back of this peg. So this will be our peg number 1 always. We're going to take it up under and put our needle right through that and oops, and pull. And as we put it on there, we can take it off of the loom. We're going to put it up underneath the second one, and we're going to take it off of the loom. Pull your yarn back to the front, off the third one. We're going to go up through it, and then we can take it off the loom. You're going to keep repeating that all the way around until you get all of your loops off. So always go up underneath, pull your needle through, and then take the loop off. Okay, I'll meet you back here. So now our hat is off the loom and we get to do the most fun part of making a hat. You're gonna very slowly, I like to put my hand up inside while I do this. You're gonna very slowly pull the string until your little hat closes on top. Oops, it got hung up somewhere. Your little hat should look like this. The hole is all cinched up like this. We're gonna flip it inside out so we can see what we're doing. See how there's a little circle there? Right around there is a little circle. You're gonna take your knitting needle, or your needle, and you're just gonna go around in circles. Just go all the way around the circle. You don't have to be super neat about it. Just kind of pick up some of the loops. Stay really close to the circle. Don't go outside the circle. Just stay really, really close to it. Whoops. And you're going to do that a couple times. Go around the circle like 2 times. Just keep going around. Catch a couple loops. Pull it tight. And again around the circle. It's kind of hard to make sure I'm on camera. All right, I think I went around the circle enough. So the last thing we're going to do is you catch one little loop and pull it. And you'll see a little loop forming back here. You see that loop that forms? You're going to stick your needle through that hole. And then you're going to pull it. And that's going to start to make your knot. And then I want you to do it again. I want you to grab another little loop back here. Just one. Go up underneath there. Pull it till you see a circle back here. Oops. When you see the circle back here, put your needle through that. Do you see that? Put your needle through that circle and then pull. Pull tight. Get your scissors. Snip. Leave yourself a little tail right there. Just a little one. Flip it back and you have your little hat. Not bad for the first time. I hope you guys like this. You can make a little pom-pom for the top. You can go and get